Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of The Last Jew Standing by Michael Simon, narrated by Tom Stechschulte, and directed by Ethan Abbott Gamache. This book is copyrighted 2007 by Michael Simon. This recording is copyrighted 2007 by Recorded Books. The author opens this book with the following quote from the Handbook of the New York State Reformatory at Elmira, written in 1916 by Fred C. Allen. It was considered that schooling in letters was an essential factor in reformative work, in that it aided in preventing the inmates from degenerating in mental power during confinement, and aside from this, was of great value because it aided them to take a more elevated station in life upon their release. And now, The Last Jew Standing.
Pax Barrowman met with a regrettable incident involving a hotel room in Elmira, New York, a piece of exhaust pipe and his trachea. Whether it was an accident or a suicide or a simple misassessment of the laws of biology is a total crapshoot, owing to Pax's rumored general dizziness and his habits regarding hallucinogenic drugs. He was known to be a garbage head, that is, someone who will get high using anything he can get his hands on, grass, meth, cleaning products. But while his chemical habits may have contributed indirectly to his early death, they had little to do with the exhaust pipe itself. Investigators at the site considered but dismissed theories that he may have been employing said pipe to create a more direct route for intoxicants to travel to his stomach or lungs. Moreover, his drug use proved unrelated to the loss of his vehicle, a jet black Buick LeSabre with racing trim, to the hands of a driver not known to him, barreling down Highway 15 in a southerly direction toward the Pennsylvania border. The loss of the vehicle in question occurred several days subsequent to Pax's demise, and was therefore unlikely to create the heartbreak which might cause him to fall or thrust himself upon the rusty 18-inch fragment of exhaust pipe now lodged longitudinally in his gullet. What makes this a subject of further inquiry is how Pax's unfortunate accident resulted in a chain of occurrences leading to me, 4 days later and 2,000 miles away, pinned in the front seat of my cool blue Chevy Caprice, which faced north on the 6-lane Congress Avenue Bridge in Austin, Texas, after midnight, as a big black Lincoln rammed into its driver's side door. The blow thrust my Caprice sideways and tore its tires as my vehicle skidded on its rims up the curb and onto the walkway, while Nora, who had been standing by the passenger door, ran for cover. As I tried to break loose, the Lincoln backed up in a screeching curve across the 6 lanes, pulled forward, and then backed up hard again, pummeling my driver's side. It crushed the door inward as far as the steering wheel and rammed my Chevy against the guardrail, barricading the passenger door shut and me inside. I was struggling to roll down the passenger window and jump when the Lincoln burned rubber and rolled ass first, hitting the Chevy a 3rd time, now demolishing the driver's side and pushing it up into the air so the 2-foot guardrail, instead of protecting me from a fall, served as the fulcrum I'd be tipped over when the Lincoln made the inevitable final strike and knocked me over the rail, trapped between the battered doors, toppling into the cold, dark water below. One could argue that this development was only part of the inevitable cascade of events set off days earlier by Pax Barrowman's untimely death, or even decades earlier with my family's first involvement in certain circles. But considering the issues at hand, the story really began when it walked in on my otherwise manageable life just 2 nights before. December 21st, 1995. The first thump jarred me from the most peaceful sleep I'd had in months. The second made me open my eyes, blink, scan the unfamiliar room in the light from the clock radio, and zero in on the bedroom door. I pinned the third thump as...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?